Fig, you played your first complete game of the season last week. I mean, how's it feel to be getting healthier and being able to contribute for a full game?
It feels great. Obviously wish for a better outcome and working towards having better outcomes. But put in a lot of work this offseason to try to have a great season. So everything I could have is just a great opportunity.
You're obviously a leader on this defense. How do you feel like the defense particularly has responded in the last couple days since Saturday?
We've had some really crisp practices since that game, and obviously there's some new challenges, things that we have to clean up, things that we thought we kind of cleaned up, but we're going to have to maybe go about it a little differently. So I think the defense responding well and seeing themselves as up to the challenge for the rest of the season.
Did you or anybody on the defensive side kind of step up and say something to the guys to kind of regroup them this week or at any point?
We've just had some really good team meetings. We've been talking with Coach Dante a lot about things that we can improve on, ways that leaders we can become a more player-led team rather than a coaching-led team. Just because player-led teams seem to have a stronger, unified base. So figuring out what this team's identity is going to be and how we're going to respond to these first 4 games is going to dictate the rest of our season.
How close to 100% would you say you feel?
I'm feeling really good. I'm just working to get back every day. I'm really bummer to get injured in the first game, but I mean it's not a challenge that I haven't faced before. So just continuing to work. It's football, and people don't really end up feeling 100% this point in the season, but I definitely feel good to be able to run around out here.
For Washington State, was that planned for you to sit, or did you try to go and decided not to?
I was a game time decision. I had been held out more that week of practice, just trying to get back, and when it was time for game time, it just wasn't a go. And I think our scheme for that game was a little more beneficial, being that Drake ended up playing more of an end position, less of the B backer.
When you guys watched the tape from Saturday, was there anything that really jumped out about why the run defense kind of wasn't working for you guys?
We just got to be more gap sound defense. I think we got to make plays within our assignments rather than trying to make plays outside of our assignments. So just being more accountable in terms of our assignments on each and every play is going to be the biggest difference maker. Setting better edges, protecting our players on the back end so they don't have to make tackles every play, that kind of stuff.
What's the biggest challenge that Colorado's offense poses for you guys?
I think his last name is Broussard, the running back, but, returning offensive player of the year. They run a good scheme. They're a motivated team. We're going up to their place, altitude, all that. They're just, we have the challenges we know we're up against, and, we know that teams are going to try to come out and run the ball against us because of what we put on tape, so we got to be better about that this week.
Yeah, is there any way to prepare for the altitude?
Just get those extra gassers in after practice, but and maybe put that COVID mask on under the helmet.
I got one that's kind of off topic. Just curious what type of pregame routine you have and how you kind of set yourself up for the game.
I don't really have too much in particular. A lot of times it's just trying to get my shoulder ready. If we have a later game, I'll take a little nap. I'm trying to think. I'll go through my plays a couple times, and then I don't know. I just try to when we're riding up, I just remember, especially at home games, I just remember what it was like seeing that team bus ride up when I was a little kid, and what this place meant to me when I was so young, and just try to honor that with my play, with our team's play, and remember that this is a lot bigger than just the 2021 team, 2020, any team that I've been on here. This place is special to a lot of people.
Do you have any superstitions or anything? I know some people have crazy ones, tie the left shoe first. Like that?
I don't have anything too crazy. Yeah, no, of course. What's your name, bro?
Anthony.
Daily Children. Yes, sir.
The shoulder, is it the same one you had surgery on, or is it?
Nah, it's the other shoulder, and it's a little bit different of the injury. It's not an operable injury, really. So it was just a bummer the way that it happened. It's on a penalty, but it's football. Rehab the whole offseason, then bust the other shoulder in the first game.
Was it the hole that didn't get called?
It got called.
Oh, okay.
It got called, yeah. It was play 21 against San Ho. I don't know. It was a bummer, but it's all right. It's all good. The journey, Chris. You saw me.
Yeah.
You saw my commitment day. It's been a it's been a long road.
Are you feeling like you guys are going to do you feel good about this week of practice and what effort you guys are going to put forth this
Yeah, I
weekend?
feel great. I mean, I've been feeling great about these practices. We've been flying around. Last week we had great practices too. So I think it's just, coming out to the games and, being, instead of waiting for the next person to make that play, like being the person to make that play. Like, I mean, these practices have been intense. We've been flying around. Like, there's game-like situations. We're switching things up a lot to make sure that we get more reps, like good on good, less like good on scout. So, I mean, I feel really good about the work we've been putting in.
I was going to ask, do you feel like it's been more competitive? I talked to Brett yesterday. He said he felt that just with the changes
ultra
in practice.
competitive. I mean, guys are coming off of the field on a Tuesday acting like it's, I feels like I just played in a game on Wednesday, like that type of competitive nature. Then plus accountability in the classroom, like 2 and 3, it's just becoming more competitive in the other facets of your life that are going to help lend to us being more competitive out here come game time.